You're programmed as a young man to be a ladies' man because let's just be completely honest. Society puts an emphasis on men getting women. It's a part of being a man, it's attached to your manhood. And I'm not saying that this is the case. I am saying that this is what most men were programmed to think. And in some aspects, in some regards, it is important because ultimately you do want to build a family. You want to have someone with you that's going to uplift you. You want to have a woman by your side that's going to be your cheerleader. She's going to help you out in things that you need. She's going to support you mentally, physically, everything to help you achieve what you need to achieve. So in some regards, it is true, but it is taken to an extreme when it comes to society because society does not promote anything positive. Let's just be completely honest. Most of the things, or let me rephrase that, the majority of the things that society promotes is not positive, it's not productive, and it's negative. And I'm gonna get into it. First of all, the Solidtarik Talks Midnight Podcast. Sit down, relax, and enjoy. So, the need for men to get women, because this is what it's all about, right? This is the game of life. Man gets women, gets a house, gets a car, gets success, all of that good stuff. That's fine. That's awesome. That's dandy. But as I aforementioned, the getting women part, it is turned into excess to the point where it is no longer about you doing something productive with this woman. And we all struggle with this, right? Because we've been programmed so hard, especially in a Western civilization, that it's actually hard to even grasp that. Until I matured, it was hard for me to view women as anything other than fun. It was hard for me to view them as anything but pleasure. I was thinking on the lower end. I was thinking on a lower frequency, so to speak. When in all reality, having a good woman by your side is a beautiful thing because most men think with their little head, right? They think with their little head. They're thinking, I can get this chick and I can get my rocks off. They're using their lizard brain. We all have it. We all use it. I was extremely bad at it when I was younger. I was extremely bad at my lower vibration thinking. My higher vibration thinking wasn't as good as it is now. Not perfect, but it came a long way. And I'm quite positive most young men are in that lower frequency. But it was never about, hey, I can build a legacy with this woman or woman, or women for some of y'all, a whole bunch. Y'all be having a stable of them. Okay. But it was never about building a legacy, building a family, building something that is fruitful. It was just about, hey, let me get this chick. Let me see how many chicks I could get this year. Let me see how many chicks I could get this month. Let me get my body count up. That's how a lot of guys think. That is how a lot of guys operate. That's how they operate, like a bad computer system. That's what their programming is. Hey, let me get these women so I can validate myself. And a lot of these dating coaches, they will not admit. You can torture them. You can waterboard them. You could hang them over a damn bridge. They're never going to admit that the reason why they want to get multiple chicks on a roster and spinning plates all that dumb shit that they talk about that's useless. There's really no use to it. They're not going to tell you that they want to do that because they want to be validated. They don't want to, they're never going to tell you that they are in constant search of females for validation. They're going to be like, nah, man, that's not even it. I'm just out here fucking hoes and I don't have no feelings. You know, that fake toxic, acting toxic type of shit. You know, that fake alpha male. And it's crazy because a lot of these dudes look up to Future. Right? No knock against the man, but they look up to him as like this savior. Like, oh, he's the prototype of what a man is. Man, listen to his music, dog. He has so many songs whining about past relationships and, you know, heartbreak type of music and stuff like that. You know, he's like the more hood version of Drake. A lot of his songs. And you gonna tell me he really happy with his life? You know, he got like, I don't know how many baby mamas. His child support's probably off the chain. But yet dudes idolize him like he's just that guy, right? And I'm not saying every aspect of his life is bad. He's a successful dude, right? I gotta give credit where credit is due. I'm not gonna sit here and talk down on another man, but the truth is the truth, right? We can objectively see how these guys are worshiping him for his negative attributes, right? I'm sure he has some positive ones, you know, because he's success. I'm not here to judge. I'm just saying a lot of guys are worshiping his negative attributes, like his toxic king and all that bullshit like that. Why is that? Why is that something that's attached to a king being toxic? But that's the type of mind state. And a lot of guys, they try to be this player, but the truth of the matter is it's not about females. It's about a void inside of them. It's about them feeling like they're missing something on the inside. It's about them feeling like they're not validated. Like I said earlier, that society is pushing them to be this way. Because a lot of guys, let me tell you something, man. Now, are there rare exceptions? There are rare exceptions. There are rare exceptions of men who just genuinely want to just smash. And even with those exceptions, because I used to be one of those exceptions, like, I don't care about that. I just want to chill. I just want to smash. As I got older and I had quite a bit of experiences, so to speak, I'm like, man, it's more to this. It's really way more than to be this player. And a lot of times guys be doing it to impress their peers, impress their friends. Straight up. I'm going to tell you guys this. Most men that claim to be players and claim, you know, have to tell everybody and their mama how they just smashing girls, right? We all know that one guy. Oh yeah, man, I smashed this girl and I smashed that girl. You know, just telling everybody, right? They're doing that for approval. They're doing that so they can feel like they are approved by their peers. And people don't give a damn. Ultimately, people really don't give a flying fuck. What people care about is what you produce. What did you produce? What is your legacy? What is your wealth? What is something that your kids can look forward, you know, can look back at when you're gone and be like, yeah, my pops, he was a real one. He was solid as hell. They're not gonna feel like you solid if you out here being a quote unquote player. They're gonna think you a piece of shit. Right? If you're a Rolling Stone out here for your whole life chasing women, being low vibrational as hell, your kids are going to look back and they're going to say, damn, my pops was never there because he was a piece of shit. And so is your family and so is your friends. It's not going to be cute no more. It's not going to be, oh yeah, he was a player, man. Nah, it's gonna be like, damn, he never had a place to stay. He was always broke because he was too busy chasing broads. He never really built anything for his legacy. He was just out here being thirsty. And you don't want that. That's not gonna fill your void. That's not gonna fill your void. And after you done had so many experiences with young ladies, you're gonna start to realize, like, dang, like my life is missing something, and it's not females. It's something a little deeper than that. You know, it's almost like everyone has a coping mechanism, whether it be eating, whether it be drugs, whether it be smoking or drinking, whatever the case is. Trying to hook up with as many chicks as possible for no apparent reason, that's a coping mechanism. It is. It's a coping mechanism for dudes who really don't got anything going in life like that. And yeah, you might say successful men, you know, they be getting all the girls and stuff like that. And to be quite honest, a lot of us don't even have access to men that are that successful. Do those men mess around? Oh yeah, of course. Of course. But if you really talk to them, they are busy as hell most of the time. They don't have time to be entertaining, to be out here doing senseless shit, right? To be out here, oh, I'm a play and stuff. They don't have time for that because they have stuff to achieve. They have goals, right? And yeah, you be seeing these basketball players in clubs and popping bottles and stuff. But let me tell you something, man. A lot of them players that be in the clubs constantly and popping bottles and stuff, they're not at their peak. They're not where they could be. You know, James Harden comes to mind. He used to be infamous for popping bottles and all that. And you know what I'm saying? He could probably be more at his peak than he is now. But that player lifestyle stuff, it's pointless. It's fruitless. It's not going to fill that void. So I hope this podcast reached somebody. Let me know if it did. Peace.